Bonjour, my name is Kusum Khatri, and today we are going to do the accents in French language. In this video, I'll try to cover all the accents that we use in French language, their usage, okay, how to remember where to put what accent, okay. I did not find any video on internet, and I think there's a need for this kind of a video also so that you can have a fair comparison that where to use which accent. Shall we start? Okay, I'm sharing on the screen. I hope everyone can see this. Okay, so les accents français, there are five major kinds of accents. What are those five major kinds of accents? The first one is l'accent grave. L'accent grave. L'accent grave is the grave accent. The second accent is l'accent aigu. L'accent aigu. Third is l'accent circonflexe. Fourth is l'accent tréma. And the fifth is l'accent cédille. Cédille. L'accent grave is a line on the vowels, okay? A, E, I, O, U. But you will find majorly in the vowels A, E, and U. Okay. And this is a slight line from, okay, left towards the right of it. L'accent aigu is the contrary of l'accent grave. Whereas l'accent aigu is a slant line from left to right, for accent grave is from right, okay, towards the right, okay, yeah, aiming into the different direction, okay. L'accent circonflexe is like a hat, okay, and it exists in all the vowels, okay. L'accent tréma is two dots on the vowels like E, I, and O. L'accent cédille exists only below the alphabet C. Okay, so these are the accents in French language. If you keenly see that, if you see them, they all are on certain vowels. Okay, but except for the Cédille accent. Cédille accent is put under the consonant C. Okay, now we are going to see these accents, okay, in detail. Now, first of all, we are going to see about the accent grave, where we put l'accent grave. So to talk about accent grave are used in two ways. Accent grave are used in two ways, okay, where all these accent grave are used. Okay, the first place where the accent grave is used is, okay, when a consonant is trapped between two E's. When a consonant is trapped between two E's, the first E will always take a grave accent. The first E will always take a grave accent. I'm repeating again. The grave accent can be found, okay, in two situations. Can be found in two situations. What is the first situation? We are going to talk about the first situation. Okay, in first situation, when a consonant gets trapped in between two E's. For example, in the word called mère, okay, M-E-R-E, mère is mother, okay. So the first E, okay, R is getting trapped in between two E's. The first E will take a grave accent. In the word called père, okay, R is getting trapped in between two E's. So the first E will take, okay, the grave accent. In frère, okay, this R is getting trapped in between two E's. So the first E is taking grave accent. In the word achet is to buy. Here also T is getting trapped in between two E's. So it is taking a grave accent. And boulanger is a baker. Okay, here also it is trapped in between two E's. So it is taking a grave accent. So I'm repeating. Le grave accent is put in two situations. What are the two situations? First situation is consonant, okay, trapped in between two E's. When a consonant is trapped in between two E's, Okay, the first E. Okay, first E will take what? Will take, okay, grave axiom. So you are going to put the grave axiom in first E. Is it clear? The second place where we can put the grave axiom is homophones and homonyms. What do you mean by homophones and homonyms? Homophones and homonyms are the words, okay, which look similar but means totally different. Which look similar but mean totally different. For example, okay. So for example, okay, so here we can see the words in English when we consider there, bear, beer. So these are homophones and homonyms which look like similar, which has the same pronunciation but means totally different. So we have in French language also the same kind of words. See, you can see two kinds of a. One a is has and have, which is a verb. And one a is to, at, in, which is a preposition. Okay, so has and have doesn't have the accent, whereas okay, as a preposition has the axiom grave. Whereas you can see la, okay, it is an article which means the, okay, which means the, and la, okay, which is a adverb which means there. So the article la doesn't have the accent, and whereas the adverb a has an accent. In the word oo is or, and oo can be where also. Whereas or is a connector and where is an adverb interrogation. So the connector doesn't have a grave axiom, whereas the adverb interrogation has the grave axiom. Now this is the placement where we put the grave accent. Now, how will you differ with the sound? What sound this grave axiom will take? For sound, consider the words called bet, wet, met. See, put a hand on your tummy, okay, and just keenly feel the sound of E in bet, wet, and met. Bet, wet, met. You will see that your tummy is going in and coming back, okay, to its place when you are pronouncing E. So the sound of E in bet is ah, wet, ah, met, ah. So the same sound the grave axiom also takes in the words called meh, eh sound, meh, per, okay, fresh. So you just keep the hand on your tummy and speak the word meh. So when you see pronounce the first E, your tummy will go in and out. It will come out in and out. Meh, pesh, fresh, ashet. So this tummy movement will tell you that your pronunciation is right. So how E within grave axiom is pronounced? It pronounced as the E which is there in bet, wet and met in English. A sound. Okay. Meh, per, fresh, ashet. Okay. Blanchir. Is it clear? I hope it's clear. Let's move to the second accent. The second accent is your aigu accent. Aigu accent is 99% can be seen on E. Okay, it can be seen on E and it gives you an elongated sound. Elongated sound means when the way you speak they, okay, way, may, okay. So that AY sound tells you the axiom aigu sound. Okay. The aigu sound is AY sound. What the sound is? The AY sound is the accent aigu sound A. Okay. And it is 99%, I told you. It will be on what? The vowel E. Okay, the vowel E. How you pronounce it? Ashite, parle, te. Now, what is the significance of E? This axiom is wherever, if you know that this E will take an accent. Okay. And if that E is coming at the beginning and at the ending, for example, this is the word. Okay. I know this first T will take an accent and the last T will also take an accent, but I don't know what accent. It can be a grave accent also. But always understand the first E will never take a grave accent. First E always takes a aigu accent. Okay. And the last E also takes the aigu accent. So that is the case in tele also. Okay, fine. And when you pronounce, you can feel the difference. You are speaking it as A, tele, élevé. Okay, fine. Élevé. Okay, so the first E will always take aigu accent. It will never take a grave accent. And in case the last E is also taking an accent, that has to be aigu. It cannot be grave. Understood? Now I'm concluding again. The sound of grave accent is ah. Okay. Okay. And the sound of aigu accent is eh. Ah, eh. Ah, eh. Ah, eh. Okay. Meh, père, frère, achète, blanchère. Okay. Été, parler, acheter. Okay. Télé, étudiante. Okay. So this where I conclude the axiom aigu also. Now comes the third axiom, that is very importantly l'axiom circonflexe. This is the axiom Cédille. Sorry, axiom Cédille. So Cédille axiom is the only accent which you can find underneath a consonant. Rest all accents you will be finding under the vowels. Okay, on vowels. Okay, Cédille is a small ulta t. What it is? Ulta t underneath C. Underneath C. Now see, this is how you put the Cédille axiom. This is how you put the Cédille axiom. Okay. Now why we put it? You have vowels A, E, I, O, U in French language as well as in English language. French language has 2 additional vowels also. But we are going to compare the Cédille axiom with the English language. That is why we are considering only these 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U. When I see this A, E, I, O, U, I try to frame sentences, okay, words with A, E, I, O, U with respect to the alphabet C. When I frame it with CA, it cat, it is giving me k sound. Cat, cat. Cement with E, it is giving me s sound. Cement. Circus with I, it is giving me again the s sound. Circus. Comb with O, okay. Comb, k sound. Cut, k sound. So what I conclude here is when C is followed by E and when C is followed by I, it gives you what sound? It gives you S sound. Whereas C followed by A, C followed by O and C followed by U will always give you what sound? K sound. For example, now can you see the word called France? Can you see the word called France? Okay, the parent word has the pronunciation of S because C is followed by E. Fine. But the word which is coming from the parent word is français. Okay, we call it as, if C doesn't have the Cédille accent, CA to be pronounced as K. So it will become as franquet. Now, this hard sound of K has to be converted into soft sound of S because the parental word has the soft sound. Okay, so for that case, to convert the hard sound of K to the soft sound of S, you put a Cédille accent beneath the alphabet C. So this gives you the K sound and this gives you the soft sound S. Now when you introduce Cédille accent underneath this C, then the pronunciation of the word changes from franquet to français. Okay, the same way lesson in English is called as leçon in French. But when, now see how will you pronounce it? Le con. How will you pronounce this? Le con. Because C is followed by O, so it will take K sound. But it is not syncing. It doesn't look similar to the parental word. So for to change the sound from K to S, we are putting the Cédille accent beneath S, okay, to change the sound into S. Now this is pronounced as leçon. Leçon. So by putting this Cédille accent, the pronunciation of K, okay, changes into S. The hard sound of K changes into S, okay. But the Cédille accent underneath C has to be put when the C is followed by A, O and U. If C is followed by E and I, the pronunciation is already Sir, so no Cédille accent has to be put. Okay, fine. Now we go to the fourth axiom. Le quatrième axiom. Okay, the fourth axiom is l'axiom circonflexe. L'axiom circonflexe. Now, circonflexe is also used for two ways. Why? One, it is used for elongated vowel. In French language, you will never see a word with double O, double I, double E. Okay, if you will see only with one of the alphabet or one of the vowel or the combination of different vowels together. It will not be same vowels together. Okay, it is in 99%. Okay, exceptions are always there. Whenever you see about an elongated vowel, okay, you always put circonflexe axiom. Okay, when you put an circonflexe axiom in the case of elongated vowel. For example, the circonflexe axiom has to be pronounced as A, O, E, U, gato, 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 oot, oot. So this is why we put circonflex for an elongated vowel. Okay, where we have to pronounce it elongatedly. The second condition where we put circonflex axiom, for example, you can say hospital. Hospital is in English. Okay. The same thing in French is hôpital. Okay. The same spelling, can you see? Yeah. But what is missing? This S is missing. Am I right? So wherever in English and French, the words are same, but only the alphabet S is missing, that particular vowel from where S is missing will take a circonflex. Okay, so somewhere the circonflex also indicates that S is missing. Okay, now I'll give you one more word, forest, which is called as forêt in French. Can you tell me where this circonflex will come? Will it come on O or will it come on E? It will come on E for A because S is missing. Okay. It is placed after E. Okay. Now, one more example, hostel. Okay. It can be told as hotel also. Now, where the circonflex will come? It will come on this O. Understood? So there are two ways of using circonflex. One is for elongated vowel and the second wherever the S is missing, okay, with respect to the same words in English and French language. Okay, isn't it interesting? Yeah. Now we go for the last axiom, that is the fixed accent, that is the axiom Tréma. L'axiom Tréma has an own significance. What is the significance the axiom Tréma holds? L'axiom Tréma holds that, see, whenever there's a combination of 2 to 3 vowels, for example, in the word called gato, you can see there are 3 vowels used together, E-A-U. Okay, Kado also E-A-U. Okay, as you know that E-A-U words always take the sound of O. Okay, so this is gato and monto. But when you see very keenly, all the vowels are not being pronounced. Okay, these 3 vowels is making the sound of only one vowel, that is O. Okay, so in that case, when it says that I need attention, when a vowel says that I need attention, so that vowel takes Tréma axiom. What does that mean? For example, if I write a word called this, I'm not putting any Tréma axiom on this. Okay, so in French language, according to French phonetic rule, okay, it will be pronounced as null. Okay, it will be pronounced as null. But, okay, the pronunciation of this is not null, it is noel. So whereas E is also getting the same importance what O is getting. So when the vowel has to be given the same importance, you put Tréma axiom. Now I have to stop my tongue to give importance to E also. So I'll be pronouncing this as Noel, Noel. Okay. The same case for this is May. I will be pronouncing this as a May if there is no Tréma axiom. But if we put Tréma axiom, I have to pronounce this as mes. Mes. Okay. May without Tréma axiom means but. Okay. Mes with Tréma axiom means con. So Tréma axiom means I need attention. So whatever the vowel Tréma axiom has, okay, whatever the vowel which has Tréma axiom, that particular vowel says, I need attention. That means that has to be pronounced separately. There are very less words which have Tréma axiom. Most of the words take grave axiom, either aigu axiom. Okay. Circonflex you can find in some words, but Tréma is very, very, very minimal. Okay, fine. So I conclude again. There are 5 accents. Okay, what are those 5 accents? L'action grave, l'action aigu, l'action Cédille, l'action circonflexe, l'action Tréma. All the accents are put on, okay, on the vowels except the Cédille axiom. Cédille axiom is put underneath C consonant. Okay, l'action grave takes a sound, l'action aigu takes a sound, l'action Cédille converts the hard sound k to s. Okay, l'action circonflex, okay, is an elongated vowel sound and it replaces S in English to French. And l'action Tréma says, the vowel says, I need attention while pronouncing. Okay, I hope the things are clear to you. Okay, if you need further explanation, you can comment in the comment box for the PDF. I can provide you an Okay, detailed PDF about these accents. Okay, and for further doubts, kindly comment in the comment box what doubts you people have. It will help me to make some more videos to help you all. And do forward this video to your loved ones whosoever is having problem in accents. Accents in French language is a very sensitive topic. Okay, and if you need further explanation, do let me know. We'll come with a more detailed video. Okay. Thank you, au revoir. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll meet soon in another video. Bye bye.